But guess what? Now it's 6 o'clock. I'd like to call to order this regular city council meeting for Monday, February 23rd, 2026 at 6 p.m. If we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Holly, will you call the roll, please?
Ludwig.
Here.
Haynes.
Here.
Jenkins. Van Allsburg.
Here.
Rhines.
Here.
Gilroy.
Here.
Hanson.
Here.
I did receive an email from Councilman Jenkins that he would not be able to be in attendance this evening, so I'm looking for a motion to excuse absence.
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have support?
Support.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'm looking for approval of the agenda this evening unless there are changes to be noted.
Move to approve.
Thank you. Do I have support?
Second.
Thank you both. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have an opportunity for audience participation with a maximum of 5 minutes per presentation if anybody would like to come forward at this time. Okay. Moving along, we've got our council meeting minutes of February 9th, 2026. I'm looking for a motion to approve unless there are changes to be made.
Move to approve.
Thank you. Do I have support?
Second.
Thank you both. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Terry, you had an opportunity to review accounts payable for this evening. Can you tell us where the money went?
What happened to all that money? Well, the, two interesting sort of things to come out of this. One, we spend about half of our electric bill, about 50% of our electric bill is for streetlights. That includes our pumps and our DPW station, our police stuff, the whole 9 yards, but a half of it goes to streetlights. So that's just an interesting fact. Another interesting fact is that the smallest charge this time around was $1.40 for snow blower repair. But even that gets reported and checked and double checked and all that. So, and then the summary, of course, is this: that 90% of our $800,000 expense, 90% of it went to other government units. So it went to mostly went to the school, but it went to NISA, it went to the library, it went to the airport and things like that. So that's my usual, 90%, that's just,
90%.
wow. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So I would like to make a motion to approve checks 78,869 through 78,895, EFT 2076 and ACH 2058 to 2098 for a grand total of $801,453.50.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions regarding accounts payable this evening? Great rundown, Terry. Thank you so much. It is that time of year where the winter taxes are due, and so we do make those disbursements to those outside entities.
Ooh, I have a question on that.
Yes.
There's some, we get a handling fee out of those things. So money comes into us, it goes through us to NISA and pieces like that. But we get some percentage of that, right? Does anybody?
1%.
1%? Okay, so that 800,000 was 700,000, whatever. So we owe 1%, that's $7,000, no, $700.
Yeah.
70,000, no, 700,000, so we have 7,000?
7,000. There you go. All right. Very good. Thank you.
Good source of it.
All right, so we had a motion, and I believe, did we have a support?
We did.
All right. Holly, will you call the roll, please?
Van Allsburg.
Yes.
Rhines.
Yes.
Gilroy.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Ludwig.
Yes.
Haynes.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. We have 2 action items before us this evening. The first is the amendment to the city manager's employment agreement. We do have a memo in here from our city manager, John Hanneman. I will turn that over to him, and then because Councilman Jenkins was not available to be with us this evening, and as we have done for other council members, he did share some information with me that once we get to that portion for this action item, I will share his thoughts, just so that we can be consistent in our meeting. So,
yeah, thank you. We conducted the annual review last time we met. Thank you for that. And the memo before you is a result of those discussions. I mean, I don't have anything to add, and certainly answer any questions council members may have at this point.
okay.
So just trying to turn things back over to the board.
All right. So, Any questions, concerns with the addendum or amendment that we have in front of us? And again, like I said, I will share Councilman Jenkins' thoughts on that because he couldn't be here. Anyone? Yeah.
I'm comfortable with the extension of the contract. I'm not quite comfortable with 4 years. I think 4 years is too long of a time. There's potentially 2 new councils that I don't want to hamstring whoever that might be. And I think that 2 years is not fair to John, so I would be comfortable with 3 years. I'm also very comfortable with the car allowance, because I was kind of surprised that, first of all, as not being an elected member, I was kind of surprised that we would hire someone that's distant, but that we did hire him. I think it's only fair that he get a car allowance. Everything else I'm fairly comfortable with.
Any other concerns, comments? Dan? You would like to want to say something?
I'd be pretty happy with the 4-year agreement. I don't think we're hamstringing anyone. To this point, we've been very happy with John's performance. I don't think that anything's going to happen in the next, things come up, but right now, I'd be very comfortable with 4 years, and I don't think we're hamstringing any other future councils. They can always speak for themselves and when that time comes, but I don't think that's an issue. And I'm comfortable with everything else.
All right,
I'm comfortable with all of them.
okay. Yeah, go ahead, John, again. Rebecca?
Well, if I understand the contract, they won't be able to speak to it for 4 years.
John, and I think I know what you're gonna say, but we do an annual review of our city manager each year, and Tim, if I'm correct, if something were to arise that we wanted to revisit an extension, that could be amended as well, correct?
It would have to be mutual.
Okay,
It's an agreement. This is a
Right.
contract between 2 parties. It
Okay.
can be amended, but only with the mutual consent of both parties.
okay. And John, you were gonna speak to something?
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, you can't bind future councils to a decision. If there's a new council, this fall, and there was a majority of the council that was unhappy with me, then they could choose to execute their right to terminate the contract, and that's why there's a severance provision of the contract.
Okay, alright. I will go ahead and share Councilman Jenkins' thoughts on this, because we do have 4, items that are being presented this evening. Number 1, with that lump sum, he has no issue with this, except that the payment is to be made in February, and the council has the right to remove these additional duties from John. So how do we deal with that if we remove additional duties after a lump sum payment has been made? So that was his first comment. Car allowance, the current contract provides for reimbursement for travel business. He doesn't see a need for a car allowance. I don't necessarily agree with that. I do feel that a car allowance would be sufficient for city manager. But Councilman Jenkins said he would prefer to see that we increase the salary by a certain amount versus a car allowance. Third on here, he would prefer that the severance is topped at 12 months, and then he was fully supporting the 4-year extension. So those are Councilman Jenkins' comments. Others? Tim?
No, I'm good because we actually made this agreement.
I know,
And we
right?
all, and now all of a sudden people are up. So
So, yeah.
I don't know where all that came from, but I guess more thought, they had more time to think about it. I'm good with what we got.
All right,
I'm gonna
with how it is.
okay.
We'll revisit Jenkins' thing real quick on number 1 with the question about what would happen if we removed duties and a lump sum payment
Sure.
had occurred. Honestly, I don't really see that happening, especially since we're adding in, what is the EDC TIFA, which we know there's going to be a lot more work there coming forward because of us receiving a donation from a ranger. But if an unexpected thing comes up, and then you can always prorate this.
Correct.
Which is what you would do, like, many employers, I don't know if the city does it or not, you get all of your paid time off on your serve-by date, even though you're earning it over the year. If you leave and you've used all that time, you're gonna have to pay some of that back.
Right. And I think that the stipends or the lump sum that we are paying, we're very fortunate that we have a city manager that can handle all these additional duties. To bring on a part-time or a full-time staff member to fulfill these positions would be a tremendous amount more, with a salary and benefits that would go with it. So, I am also I'm okay with what we talked about in our last council meeting and moving all four of these forward as presented. If there's no other comments, I'm looking for that requested action. Yes, John?
Yeah, I'm still confused, Counselor. Explain the contract again. New council comes in, for some reason, they, in their annual review, would they not have to buy out Mr. Hannafin?
If they were to terminate the contract, you would have to go along with the termination provisions. There's terminations for cause and terminations for convenience. If
Yeah,
it's
I'm
for
not-
cause, then you don't pay it.
I'm
If
not,
it's for convenience.
but there
you
might
do.
not be a clause. There might not be malfeasance.
Absent a cause, then you have to pay the severance. You've already agreed to that. This council has agreed to it, or the one that was in place when the agreement was first signed and amended. You call it hamstringing the future, it's an agreement, it's in place.
Right. Well, I mean, I do appreciate that clarification. If there's somebody that would like to make the requested action, and let's see where our vote lies.
Make a motion that we amend the city manager's employment agreement with the following items. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 as listed in this memo. Is that good enough?
Yep, I think that's
Do you
fine.
want
Is
me
that
to read
okay?
those numbers?
Well, no, the actual requested action language.
We should discuss. The following motion is provided. The motion is at the bottom there.
Oh, I see. Yep, sorry.
That's what I read.
I didn't go down far enough.
So
Sorry,
then-
Terry.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do we have support?
Yeah, I second it.
All right, thank you. If there's no further discussion, Holly, will you call the roll, please?
Van Allsburg,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes.
Ludwig,
Yes.
Haynes,
No.
Hanson,
Yes.
All right. Motion carries, and I do think that, as our new council members come in, and just to briefly, for our viewing audience and for everyone around the table, we have elections every 2 years. We have 4 potential incumbents for this November, and in 2 more years, there will be 3. So at any time, if we don't feel our city manager is fulfilling his duties, we do have those termination clauses in there that a future council could take action on, so.
I did have one more comment.
Yeah.
When Tim Allard was here, different people of high quality say things differently.
Mhm.
When Tim Allard was here, clearly another person of high quality wanted to bring in Bob Young as police chief, and he wanted to bring in Scott DeVries
Mhm.
in a special position, and we supported him on that.
Mhm.
Then John came and saw things differently. They're both clearly capable of doing the job.
Right.
My position is this, you got a good person who clearly knows what they're doing, support what they want to do, unless you come up with some, I don't know, that's right.
If a reason ever
Yeah,
comes
so we
before us.
supported Tim,
Yeah.
and I'm,
Thank you, Scott, and I appreciate so much you have
yeah.
the history that you bring here when you do give us that type of opinion. I appreciate that. Our next action item is the residential cross connection program renewal agreement. We have a memo in here from our city manager, John Hannafin. I'll turn it over to him.
Yeah, thank you. This is an extension of the existing HydroCorp agreement for the residential cross-connection program. That is a state mandated program, and what the cross-connection is in simple terms is to ensure that there's no contamination back from, there's also a commercial program, but back from the individual water user, that there's a successful separation and a backflow prevention from the service getting into the water mains. They've done this work for us for a number of years. They do a whole number of communities in the state of Michigan. We've been reasonably happy with the work that they've done. They're not perfect, but I think for the price, and it's not free, it's not an inexpensive thing to do, but it is a requirement that we have a program in place, and that's what's presented to you today. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
So John, I do have a question. When we get closer to that 2-year, when they submit a renewal agreement, would you want to put this out to bid? Do you think there's other providers out there that could do better for us?
Yeah, I think that's always the question, right, with professional services, whether it's garbage or any of the type of things, municipal audit. The challenge we have, I mean, HydroCorp, they are an existing provider, and they are able to provide a more competitive price because of familiarity with the system and also with the city. So we can certainly do that the next time around, because that would be the 4th year of the program. And frankly, you get to a point with both of those programs, they're mature enough where the initial work has been done, all the initial investigations has been done, so logically the price should go down. Frankly, they're just not through every residential connection in town.
Gotcha.
The commercial program is a lot cheaper because there's fewer customers, but
Right.
they're also familiar that they're just rolling back through all the connections that they've inspected in the past.
What would you say the percentage of completion is by HydroCorp?
It's roughly half.
Half?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yes, Terry?
I'm not happy with these guys, but I've lived in a place where there was a lot of backflow, and that caused the city water to be not drinkable. So as much as I don't like these guys, this is an important thing to get done, and it's mandated by the state, so.
Right, okay.
I feel better if I can register my disagreement.
All right, well, thank you, Terry, I appreciate that, as always. Any other comments before I call for the motion? All right, I'm looking for that motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the cross-connection program with HydroCorp for a 2-year total of $59,922.
Thank you so much. Do I have support?
Support.
Thank you. If there's no other comments or discussion, Holly, will you call the roll, please?
Gilroy,
Yes.
Ludwig,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Haynes,
Yes.
Van Allsburg,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
All right, thank you. That completes our action items for this evening. Now we have discussion items, which is our main 4 safety improvements. I'm going to turn that over to our city manager, John Hannafin. Actually, last week, while I was downtown, I saw some drilling happening at the 4 corners, so I immediately texted John and asked, was everything okay? And I think he can give us a little bit of an update with why we were having drilling done at the 4 corners.
Yeah, thank you. So as I reported the last meeting, we had a pre-construction meeting with MDOT and their contracted engineers for the signal project. And the call, there's like 50 people on the call because it's all of their signal projects in our region for the coming year. And the soil borings that you saw in progress, those are for the mast arms, which are, we have the current string signal, there's an arm sticking up, but there's no mast across, and so we discussed that at length here, that the idea is that we would like to see mast arms as part of the signal improvement project, to have those queued up for turn lane potentially in the future. So that's what they are doing. They're about 60% complete with drawings. As a result of our discussions, the mast arm that would have to be on the southwest corner in front of the vacant Haywood Pixley building, that planter that's there may have to be removed and adjusted in order to facilitate a longer mast arm, so we get the turn lane signal. So they are moving forward with that design. They're supposed to be out to bid probably about 60 days or so. And the idea is an August construction start, but that doesn't necessarily mean our project will start in August. They could start somewhere else. That'll depend on who they hire ultimately. But it will either be this summer 2026 or spring, summer of 2027. And as soon as I have a better idea when it's going to be, I'll let folks know.
Great, all right. And when that does move forward, will an MDOT representative be coming in, or will Spicer come in and present what MDOT is going to allow and not allow?
Yeah, I mean, Spicer in a sense doesn't really have a role in that project, other than they're our consulting engineer for civil stuff. But the part of the project, the where you were at
Yeah.
on Friday. There's some ADA improvements that have to be made.
Right.
The sidewalks changed a little bit, and there's some tough slopes over there, so there'll be some sidewalk work done on all four corners,
Mhm.
but primarily on that one.
Okay.
We did, in following up on that, we did have a meeting with MDOT and Spicer, and they gave us okay, kind of like, good luck if you want, go ahead and work on North and South Putnam.
Right.
But, I mean, we're not gonna do that and make these improvements and then have the mast arm contractor come through and do something totally different. So we'll work in conjunction with them,
Yep.
when that time is right.
Okay, and since we're talking about the main four safety improvements right now, and I know MDOT, that's on what they can do. I know we had talked about this a while ago, and so I wanna bring this back, to the forefront. Do we, as the city, have the ability to put no right-hand turn on red, on, North and South Putnam? Where people are coming up and they're making a right-hand turn lane where there is not a right-hand turn lane?
They're currently on North and South Putnam, there is not a turn lane. I
Right,
mean,
but
folks
people
just
kind of
do it,
sneak
yeah.
and do it, so
Correct.
do we have the ability to put signage up so that people stop turning? Because you've got that curve that comes around, from what I understand, there was an accident there, at some point in time last week. I heard about it from my
You know,
person.
They, I remember very specifically, that came up in the meetings with them, and they firmly recommended against it. And the reason they were against it is because it invalidated their traffic flow.
Right,
Well, what I remember them saying, they did say they were
Yeah.
against it, because then you would end up with a larger traffic backup that could end up all the way back by the
Sure.
four corners,
Sure.
or by the four-way stop,
yep,
and then you're just more congested.
right.
Um,
I get that, but people are creating turn lanes where there aren't
It is
turn
a
lanes.
difficult right turn
It
where
is.
it's
Will the
curved.
left-hand turn lane alleviate that backup?
Theoretically, that's the idea.
Right,
But that's
When
one
we
of
say left turn lanes, do we mean on left turn lanes on Putnam and on Grand River, or just on Grand River?
it's just Putnam, like if I am facing north on Putnam at Grand River, right where New Concepts is, Hayward Pixelay is here,
Got it.
and you've got the street parking, people kind of go over right here to make a right-hand turn on a red where there's legitimately, there's no lane here.
Right, my question is that a place for the left turn lane? Are we planning, when we say left turn lanes, do we mean all four left turn lanes? Do we mean just left turn lanes?
I'm talking just
on
about
Grand River?
right-hand turns.
I know what you're talking
Right,
about.
but
I have a
yes.
question that's in addition to
Okay, but yes, you're talking about the
that. When we
left-hand
talk
turn
about
lanes.
adding left turn lanes, do we mean all four left turn lanes? Or do we mean just Grand River or?
That's the goal, and MDOT is not in favor of that,
Mhm.
having turn lanes
Oh.
on Grand River, east and westbound, unless the turn lane extends all the way out to, they come down from Mechanic, or from Zimmer to possibly Mechanic.
Right, and that was, and that was what was screwing
That's
up Beckham's turn
This is
radius and
what
everything for
stopped
their
the
trucks.
whole
And that's what,
Really?
yeah, the whole road diet, so.
So they won't let us have a left turn lane unless we get a road diet.
Correct.
Mhm.
So maybe we just go with the mast arm things and we hope they'll forget about that and eventually they'll let us have a left turn lane?
Well, I think there's two questions there. One is a left-hand turn lane and a right-hand turn lane. There's not gonna be a right-hand turn lane.
Right.
No.
And so the preliminary design that Spicer has done, it included a left turn lane on all four intersections.
Yeah.
And then there's the throughway on the right-hand side.
Right,
And so there's the left turn lane, and then you either can go, you've seen the signal, like straight or turn right.
Mhm.
So that's the condition that was presented to MDOT, and they basically said that they wouldn't stop us on North and South Putnam, but it would be a different story on Grand River. But we haven't given up that, I mean, and, they did say we'll have to rerun the simulation through the synchro model. I think we shared that before,
yeah,
because
you did.
it's 10 years old now. I don't think the traffic counts have changed a whole lot in 10 years, but be that as it may, that's where we're at with the, having turn lanes downtown.
I think with your question about
Right.
not going to whether we should do it or not, but I think we would have to get approval from MDOT
That
to
is
change
correct.
any
Yep.
of that, because we're in what they call the curtilage. Even though we
Right.
control North and South Putnam were in conjunction to the
Right.
state highway.
Right.
We heard that.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way to make that intersection safer, because I feel like, and I don't know, Chief, if you can speak to this, if, you know, a majority of the accidents that do happen there is because people are trying to sneak around on those right-hand turns off of Putnam.
How about we just get a police car and park it there every day,
It's happened.
and we don't have to worry
It's
about it.
happened.
Just sit it there and
It
I'm
has
sure it will
happened.
flow right smoothly after that.
It has happened. All right, well, I appreciate the updates. Yeah, John, go ahead.
One more, I have a confession, since I live over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, going south, I use the right-hand turn.
You
lane
use
by
the
Roy's
right.
Lot. Okay, all right, but that out of the way, where I've encountered severe problems is going north on Putnam. And I am going straight, you know, across,
Mm-hmm,
and somebody goes over into the right-hand turn lane,
yep,
and then we
Tries
almost
to-
sideswipe
yep,
each other.
keep going straight.
That's
So-
the whole goal of trying to get the turn
Yeah,
signals. is
so
to stop that.
even though I could just imagine a nightmare backup all the way to Riverside or Church Street,
Mm-hmm,
I don't know, I'm conflicted.
It's hard. This is why we were in talks with MDOT for about 2 years.
oh, I think longer than
Or
that,
probably
I think longer than
pre-COVID,
that.
so probably longer than 2
Yeah.
years.
but
There's no great solutions, unfortunately.
there's not. And we all know that when MDOT decides to do something, whether we want it or not, they will probably do it,
And then
so.
one more anecdote,
Yeah.
again, turning right
Yeah,
by Aurora's Closet,
yeah,
you know, going south, I've gotten honked.
you've gotten hung,
Yeah,
oh my God.
you know, so
John.
the people that are turning left are going straight and, I can't fit my Durango, so I just sit there. You know, I've gotten honked because people want to turn right, so they honk me. So sometimes you're going right.
All right, well, thank you for the update. We look forward to more information as MDOT keeps inching closer for our new lights down there at our main intersection. Moving along our agenda, correspondence received. We do have our council visioning session tomorrow evening. John, remind us, location, time?
It's here, 6 o'clock.
Okay, 6 o'clock. I will not be able to be present because of this work trip, but I know that it's going to go along very nicely. And I look forward to hearing the results of it. Department head reports, city manager.
I don't have anything else to add, other than thank you for the amendments to my contract, and look forward to serving you for the near future.
All right, thank you. Chief?
Good evening, just a couple of updates. We continue to go to sporting events, basketball games, wrestling games, and especially the wrestling meets on the weekends are well attended. Tomorrow we have our MCOLS assessment, the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards Assessment. That just assesses our hiring practices, background practices, and to make sure that we meet MCOLS requirement for training. And I'm confident that we will meet everything with flying colors. That's the only thing I have.
All right, thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. With, fake spring that showed up, and then we had some snow come back again, everything's still going good with, don't park on the streets between 2 and 5 a.m. and all
It
that?
is. We have a sporadic citation or two every night, but overall, it's been going well.
All right, great.
How about the valet in school mornings out there by Riverside and so forth?
It's been going. Our day shift officers have been out there. They actually had a gentleman come in and thank them. Two of the day shift officers made traffic stops at the same time for people turning left, and he stopped in to tell us what a great job we're doing up at that intersection. So
There was something from the school people, I'm not sure how long it's gonna take, but they're gonna extend Riverside and make it a loop around there.
yep, with the new construction.
And when is that supposed to happen?
It starts like phase one, if you
Yeah.
will, starts in just a few weeks.
A few weeks?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so then we can drop our manning from 6 to 5 police officers then?
Well,
Maybe not.
yeah, but
Okay.
probably not.
Just-
Probably not. But definitely keep us in the loop as you talk with Superintendent Spina, and I'll be curious to know if we have any issues over there once construction starts and what that looks like, and we know that it's a project that's gonna go until 2027, so
And we already been talking to Dr. Spina, the schools about traffic flow and what it's gonna look like, and they'll do the education piece, getting it out to parents, and we'll do our education piece, so
Right.
fingers crossed, I think it'll be smooth.
And I know I'm speaking into the future, and I can feel John looking at me right now. Once that new traffic loop is set in place, do you foresee needing to be down on Rowley Road for a period of time, for everybody to get acclimated to that flow? In addition to, you know, being at the front side on Riverside, but also on that exit side on Rowley?
Yep, I'm sure that it'll be a education learning piece at the beginning, so
Okay.
I'm,
Excellent,
Yep.
great, see? Knew you were gonna say something.
Just a point of clarification, they've already started construction.
yeah,
I mean,
Right.
huge, the heavy trucks.
Yeah,
They've now fenced in the greenhouse, property next to the coal path.
okay.
But they
And I-
have started.
And I feel like when Dr. Spino was here, he said it was gonna be an aggressive schedule, so, we'll look for those updates from you then.
Yeah,
All right,
taking pictures of the intersection.
all right. Moving down along our agenda, we have our committee, subcommittee reports. Anyone have any meetings that they want to report out on since our last council meeting? We did have our DDA meeting, we did talk about upcoming events as we move through the course of 2026. We will be taking the winter banners down, we will be doing our St. Patty's Day pub crawl, it's called the Shamrock Shuffle on Friday, March 13th. We have 10 restaurants that are participating. Everybody loves these type of events coming into town. Our businesses definitely thrive because of it. And so that's gonna be our next event in our downtown area is the Shamrock Shuffle. Starts at 5 p.m. Our final location landing spot where the pot of gold should be will be over at Zinda's. So we're really excited to partner with Zinda's for that. But again, there are 10 participating restaurants, starting with Spags, Old Nation, Cancun, River House, Brookshire, Tavern 109, Nico's, Zinda's, The Eagles, and who am I missing, John?
Say the pub?
I did say the pub. Oh, and then Williamston Pub. So, Ed Berkshire's joining in the fun with us, and we think that's really neat. And so is the Eagles. So, 2 new participants for us. Should be a good time.
There was a
Yes.
NISA meeting,
Yes.
yes. It was mostly peaceful.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Isn't that the phrase these days? I say like 70-30 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I applied for I wanted to be on the finance committee, right? Because
Yes.
we're taking names from the finance committee and the personnel committee. And Dorothy was a bit nasty in her way of telling me no.
Okay.
So that's the 30% that was not so peaceful. The other part was that I don't think the rest of the people in the NISA board, I don't think they were as opposed to me being on the finance committee as Dorothy was. So Dorothy kind of ran roughshod over the whole thing,
Mhm.
and I don't know how important it is for me to be on the finance committee.
Why would it be up to her?
She's the
Well,
chair.
'cause she's the head.
The chair.
The chair.
Let me ask you this,
Yeah.
and maybe you need to ask about this when you go back, but, the finance committee and the personnel committee, are these public meetings, or do they meet privately?
I'm not sure, that's a good question.
You should ask,
Yeah.
and if they are public, then you have every right to attend.
And if they're official NISA subcommittees, they are supposed to be following the Open Meetings Act of being posted and held in
In a
a
public
public
forum.
place for the public to be able to attend.
Yeah, my impression is that they make decisions and then they bring them out to the rest of the council, and the rest of the council rubber stamps them, and I don't like that too much, but I think that's the way they do it. So that was the mostly peaceful part of it. The other part, and this is interesting, is that the public member, the open member?
Member at large.
Member at large is expiring this year in June, at the end of June, I think it is.
Mhm.
And so there's some sort of a process to take names and suggestions. We've talked about this, just the two of us, and I think the city would be well advised to have somebody other than the person that's been there, I think ever since NISA was started.
Okay, all right.
So we should, all of us kind of keep that in mind, and
So what's the process to be on it?
I'm not sure what the process is, but I'm gonna find out what it is, and I'll let all of you know what it is.
Okay, great, look forward to
Yeah.
you reporting back on that. If there's no other committee, subcommittee reports, we'll move along our agenda. We have another opportunity for audience participation with a maximum of 5 minutes per presentation. Anybody at this time like to come forward? All right, I will move around the council with council member comments, starting with John this time.
No comment?
All right, Terry?
I'm looking forward to the shuffle.
All right, great. Dan?
No comment.
All right, Scott?
No comments.
Tim?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Well, I mentioned it earlier that, we went through our fake spring and we're back into winter, and until March 31st, right, Chief?
Yes.
No parking on city streets from 2 to 5 a.m. so that our DPW can get out there when they need to take care of our surface roads, removing snow, putting salt down for our safety. But, it is staying lighter longer each day. We're heading in the right direction. So I'm looking forward to all of the new activities that we'll be having, downtown in our city, the kickoff for Farmers Market in May, a couple other community events that we're working on. And so it's shaping up to look to be a good 2026 so far. So I appreciate all of you, and at that, I will go ahead and adjourn us at 6:37.